Hey guys, Papa Pete back with a special video today. Today's video is a follow-up to a video that I did in response to JLove81 and CMRetro's videos from 2 or 3 weeks ago. 3 NES games that we weren't able to beat when we were younger. Well, today's video, I had the idea back then, let's do one on 3 NES games that we were able to beat when we were younger. Actually, JLove81 already has hers out, so now it's time for mine. So stick around for 3 NES games that Papa Pete was able to beat when he was younger.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
It's really neat, I found, when I was going through all my NES games looking for the 3 titles that I wasn't able to beat when I was younger, to see some of the ones that I did beat. Well, one thing I wanted to say is that I was really into sports games when I was a kid, and it's sort of hard to qualify what is beating a sports game. I would say it's playing through a season against a computer and then winning the championship. I consider that beaten. Now, that being said, I'm not including any of those in these 3 games that I have beaten. And the other topic I want to bring up is the availability of cheat codes and save states. There's some real purists out there who don't believe it's right to use cheat codes or save states, and I totally understand that point of view. That being said, I don't really have that point of view because at my age, I just want to experience all that the game has to offer, and if I have to use save states to get through a game, so be it. I'm getting to enjoy the game from start to finish without the frustration. I have lots of games to play. I'm just going to get through them. Does that qualify as beating a game? Well, if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't in your mind. But I will say this, at the end of the day, these 3 games I beat without using any save states, without using any cheat codes, and I did it on the original hardware back in the day. The first game that I want to show you is far from an obscure game. Frankly, it's one of the best games in the system in my mind and in a lot of people's opinions. I'm very proud to have beaten this one. It's the only one in the franchise that I have beaten and gotten the whole way through on, and that's Capcom's Mega Man 2. What a great game. It's just got so full of different things. It's got the 8 different bosses, all with different suits and different attributes, that it not only takes skill, but it takes knowledge of being able to figure out when to use the best time to use certain suits against certain parts of the game. And also, after you get through and get all the suits, it's almost like the game starts over as you go through the 5 stages to beat Dr. Wily. Just simply a great game on the NES, one of the all-time best. I'm very proud to have said that I've beaten this game. Capcom's Mega Man 2. The next game on my list is one that you may or may not have heard of. You've probably heard of it, you've probably seen it around, but you may not have given it a chance. It's actually a port from an arcade, and it's Data East Karnoff. Karnoff is a strong man from the circus, and he's got to battle through stages as a straight platformer game, and frankly, it's really a lot of fun. Through the game, you find a lot of different tools, such as shields and jumping shoes and ladders and bombs, and you have to figure out when and where you can use them. It differs a bit from the arcade version. It was changed a little bit to give you a couple of hits as opposed to just one hit like in the arcade. But at the end of the day, it's just a great platformer, about 9 stages, and it ends with that really neat triple snake battle that is so much fun, and all the different bosses are really interesting and, again, fun to play against. Really happy to have had this game when I was a kid and have been able to beat it. Karnoff. If you get the chance, if you've never played it, it's not expensive, pick it up, give it a go. I highly recommend it. Now, the third game I want to show you is Rocket Ranger. I beat this one years ago. It's a really neat game. It's a bargain basement game. You've probably seen it on the bargain rack all the time and totally overlooked it, and I think it's a great game. I'm really happy to have said I beat it. It's got a lot of great things in it. It's got basically 4 different types of missions in it, built around the whole idea that you're a sergeant or a captain in the Air Force who has a rocket pack, flies around the world protecting it against Plutonians and the evil alien aggressor, Krag. Anyway, the types of missions you have are really kind of neat. There's Heart of the Jungle, where you try to secure fuel for your rocket pack and you shoot out the gunnery of a temple. There's dogfighting against enemy fighters, where you're flying through the air and the fighters are coming in formations and you have to try to take them down before they kill you. There's also a night attack, where you're flying through the air at night and you're trying to attack tanks on the ground. And the last one is just a straight fist fight against enemy soldiers as you break into bases trying to steal rocket parts to build your rocket to fly up to the moon and take on Crag. It's all based as well around the Lutonians and Crag trying to kidnap Dr. Barnstorff and his daughter Jane, and you're trying to save not only the world, but save Jane and the Doctor, so maybe you can have your way with Jane later on. At the end of the day, it really is a good combination of game elements, and I'm very happy to say that I've beaten it. Rocket Ranger, what a great game. Well guys, that's it for today's short video on 3 NES games that I did beat when I was younger. I'm really happy to have beaten Rocket Ranger, Karnoff, and the all-time classic Mega Man 2. Once again, I'm not opposed to using cheat codes or save states. I'm happy to say that I didn't use any for beating these 3 games, but if that's what you need to experience and get the most out of your games, so be it, go ahead and use them. The most important thing is just to have fun playing the games. I'm not a purist, I understand those that are, but still, just have fun with the games. Anyway, I'm Papa Pete, thanks for spending a little bit of time with me today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and one more thing. Don't forget, kindness matters. Take care, guys.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the
You're watching Papa Pete, the old guy gamer.
Don't have to.
What the hell?